Well, if you weren't at the Kohl Center last weekend, you missed some pretty good hockey. Wisconsin scored 3 goals in the first period on Friday, beat Michigan 7-3, and then the next night, Cameron Hughes scored in the final minute and a half to earn a 4-4 tie. This weekend, the Badgers have a non-conference series against the Mercyhurst Lakers. I'm Brian Posick, the radio voice for Wisconsin hockey, and head coach Tony Granato joins us next on the Badger Hockey Digest.
This is Lexi Rush. She's 10, and she's amazing. You see, Lexi was born deaf and couldn't hear anything. That was until her doctor in Appleton referred her to the pediatric specialists at UW in Madison. Now, 2 operations later, Lexi can hear everything. Powerful minds, compassionate care, amazing results. UW Health. Remarkable.
All you smart holiday shoppers will be glad to know Buick has great deals planned for you this Black Friday. Or if you prefer, Crimson Red Tint Coat Friday. Or Quicksilver Metallic Friday.
Ring in the holidays with Buick. It's the Enclave Black Friday event at your Buick dealer. Get 20% below MSRP on all 2017 Enclave premium models. That's over $10,500 on this specially equipped Enclave.
Well, Tony, last weekend's series, we've seen it now for the last number of weeks. It's been playoff-type hockey. Michigan was in town. You score a 7-3 win on Friday and a 4-4 tie on Saturday. Among the good things, you score 11 goals. You had 8 different goal scorers, balanced scoring, which is nice to see.
It was great, exciting hockey. I thought both games were outstanding from a fan's perspective of exciting end-to-end action. You saw some great saves, even though there were many goals scored. You saw some great saves. You saw a ton of shot blocks. You saw a great penalty kill. You saw a couple of great power play goals. And you saw a late game tying goal by us, by Cameron Hughes on Saturday night to get us a point. So it was exciting. I think Michigan's a heck of a hockey team. They're ranked 17th coming in last weekend. I think they're going to continue to get better and better. They get an outstanding freshman class that was led by Quinn Hughes, who was pretty tough to track down on that ice. He seemed to zigzag through us with rather ease. But he's an elite player. He's going to be a top 5 pick in the NHL draft this year. But they got an exciting program, and I thought that our guys played really well. If after reviewing both games, we were really happy with the performance of our players.
Yeah, and among the other things that stood out, the penalty kill. They went 1 for 5, Michigan did on Friday, and didn't score on Saturday, and you had a number of different penalty killers in there doing the job for you. We
did, and early in the year we were relying heavily on some of our veteran players. We relied on Seamus and Cameron, and obviously Frederick and Wagner were our 4 guys that we kind of kept throwing over the boards on the PK. And then freshmen, we've asked Shawn Doogie and we've asked Tarek Baker to take over some of that responsibility. And they did an outstanding job. And you put Zerbal in that mix, you put Ford in that mix. And what it does do is it frees up time and energy and some rest for our big players that we need to score goals at the end of the games. Cameron Hughes, in other words, you didn't have to, kill a minute of the 2-minute power plays, and you only put him out there 15, 20 seconds of a kill. It saves his energy. It keeps him fresh for longer in the game, and I think that's what we're going to have to do the rest of the year.
Yeah. Also, what stood out, blocked shots. The Badgers had 50 of them this past weekend, 26 on Friday, a season high, then 24 again on Saturday. Marco Siki was one of the best shot blockers that Wisconsin's ever had, and they're following his lead. Boy, you did a nice job blocking shots.
Marco Siki, and I remember watching him and playing against him. And, the old expression of he probably had more saves than the goalie did during a game, but that was his MO. And Alex Brooks followed him here. It was like that. And there's other players that have gone through our program that you remember them as courageous players, guys that throw it on the line for their teammates, guys that, don't mind getting a bruised rib or a shot in the shoulder and putting ice bags on after the game because it feels good when you win after you block those shots. Well, Shawn Doogie, you look at Tischke, you look at Kelnick, and you look at Zerbal, you can go on now. We had probably 8 or 9 guys that just couldn't wait until the other team was winding up to shoot a puck to see if they could block it. That's how you win. That's how when you look next to the guy sitting next to you in the locker room, you say, man, I want to play with that guy. He gets it. And I think our freshman class has been, a spark in players like that. You look at Baker, you look at what he plays like. You look at all of our young guys, the energy that they brought in and their passion that they're playing with. And then you look at some of our veteran players like Tishke, and you look at,
Jake Linhart.
They're all willing to block shots. And I think we're going to get better because of that. And I think that that's going to be a big part of our team is this willingness to sacrifice and make big plays like that as the year goes along.
Yeah. On Friday night, Shawn Doogie had a team-high 5 block shots. His younger brother, Shawn, he's hard not to notice. He's the smallest player on the ice. Let's take 2 minutes with Shawn Doogie. The last thing that it read in your bio was famous last words, and you said, "I'm going to make history." What do you mean by that?
I think just trying to be the smallest player in recent history in the NHL. That's the main goal. Every time I've stepped on the ice, in the past couple years, including coming here, I've been the smallest guy on the ice, and it's something no one's ever seen before.
How did you get here, Shawn, at 5'3", 150 pounds when you're soaking wet?
I don't know. It's a story in the making. So I think, just working hard, relying on my parents, and all the support they've given me, as well as past coaches, past teammates. I think support and confidence is one of the biggest things that my peers and coaches have given me that have helped me get this far.
Yeah. Shawn Doogie flourished at the San Jose Sharks development camp this past summer, where you scored the game-winning goal in a scrimmage and got carried off the ice by your teammates in front of 2,000 or 3,000 fans. That was a great story. There's video up on YouTube about it too. That must have been a thrill.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable experience. I can't thank them enough for inviting me to their camp. The staff there obviously was unbelievable, and then just the players getting to know people, whether they were older or other guys just invited to the camp. It was really quick. It was kind of like a family feel. Like, I've known those guys for a long time, but it was an unbelievable experience.
Yeah. And if you made it this far, Shawn, you can make it to the National Hockey League, can't you?
I mean, nothing stopped me yet. Each year is the same challenge. So I don't think anything's gonna stop me from getting there either.
Julie? Wow, you look tired.
I got up at 3 a.m. for Black Friday, but I saved hundreds. How'd you make out?
I slept in. Still got a great deal.
Oh.
Get something you really want during the GMC Acadia Black Friday event. Get 15% below MSRP on all 2017 Acadia SLT models. That's over $6,700 on this GMC Acadia. We are professional grade. GMC.
Most people don't know that UW Health and the University of Wisconsin are national leaders in the field of kidney transplant. They provide new life for those who will likely die without a transplant, and they assure a normal life for those who donate. I would know. I donated a kidney, and together, we saved a life.
UW Health. Remarkable.
Well, Wisconsin's got a couple of big series coming up before the first semester is over, at Minnesota, then home against Notre Dame December 8th and 9th. But up next, a non-conference series with Mercyhurst Saturday and Sunday. Mercyhurst, I noticed, they're an older club, and they've got a really good power play. They beat Penn State this year. That should get your team's attention.
It should, and you always fear when you're coming off North Dakota, Michigan State, and Michigan, and Big Ten games, and then you got 2 more Big Ten games, 2 sets of Big Ten games. After you play Mercyhurst, you're worried about the mental letdown of thinking, okay, we finally got a week where it's not so much high pressure and whatever else. And our team can't have that. We're a team that, if you're going to be a national contender, if you're going to be a team respected nationally, you got to perform and step up to play at every single game. Earlier in the season, there were a couple games, non-conference, where we were okay, and it ended up, turning what would look like a victory into a loss. Mm-hmm. And if we're going to get to be there in the Sweet 16 or Final 16 teams in the tournament, we have to win these games. So it's important for us to be good. They want to spoil our season. They want to come in here and play in front of a big crowd and make a statement that they get a heck of a team too. So we'll have to be ready to do our best.
All right, thanks for your time. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Tony Granato, Badgers head coach. Wisconsin and Mercyhurst Saturday night face-off at 7 o'clock, Sunday at 5. Both games on the radio on the Badgers Sports Network. You can also watch Sunday's game on the Big Ten Network. For Tony Granato, I'm Brian Posick. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.